Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to your love and romance pick a card reading for the time commencing 6th May to the 13th of May 2019. So what I'm doing here is I want to show you how I compile my bundles so that you can see that I do not see the cards before I read them, and I read them as they fall. If you don't want to see the section on how I compile my bundles, you can move forward to the time slots I will post below this video, so you can just forward to the beginning of the reading and to your various bundles that you were drawn to. Below my video, you will find various links where you can click to contact me for readings, and there is also a donation button. If you find yourself clicking on that donation button, thank you so much. Thank you for valuing me and my time. I love reading for you. I was born to do this. Okay, so I'll just go straight into it. So I've chosen The Good Tarot by Collette Baron-Reid. This is a new one I've acquired. I really like this deck. The Prisma Visions Tarot. And of course the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. And last but not least, this little mystery deck. So if anyone has, you know, a name for me, I'm not even sure how I came into this deck, but it's a lovely spiritual deck. So I will be using that for, you know, just a spiritual guidance. So basically I set my intention of how many cards of what deck I want to draw. I'm going to draw 2 of the Romance, 1 of the Prism Tarot to set the backdrop for each bundle, and then I will be reading, draw maybe 6 cards from the Good Tarot and 1 card from this bundle. Okay, so I'll just start with this one. I think this will be the last card, so we'll draw these first. I'm going to make 3 bundles. I've said my prayers and my blessings. So, and for those who like to follow me, I like to work with Saint Germain and his Lady Portia. I am well connected with, there's our first card for the first bundle. I'm well connected with Saint Germain. I've been working with him for most probably since the beginning of my spiritual journey. Okay, so that's the first. Then we'll do two cards. There's one falling out. My cards are slip sliding and falling. Okay. That one wants to go. Sometimes I pull the cards, sometimes they fall out. I just see which ones. There we go. There's another one. Some of the decks are very lively. Some of them, they want you to pull the cards. Each deck has its own personality. I like that. It's very spiritual when things happen that way, to be in the flow. So welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for watching, liking and subscribing. If you're a first time viewer, please be sure to click the like button, click that little bell if you like to get alerts for my readings. And then subscribe. Please feel free to share my videos. Connect with me. Talk to me. I love talking to everyone all over the world. I like to get my views up, and I would like to get my subscribe numbers up as well. Okay, so this deck wants me to draw cards. So I'll just How many I've got there? 5. And that's how I make my little bundles. Also think I want to shuffle the deck this way. Various ways to shuffle. I like to shuffle quietly. Like, not have too much noise with the cards. That's bundle number 3. I think this one wants to come out. 4, 5, 6. So we're getting there. So this is my process. And yeah, thank you for bearing with me while I'm getting used to new camera angles. I've been playing around and, you know, doing a bit of an update. So that's the good tarot. Last but not the least, because these little cards will give us the feel for each and every bundle, the main backdrop for the energy for the bundle. And as you can see, these little cards, they just flip out. I just love this little deck. Handles light, easy to shuffle. And of course I called in the romance angels, you know, all the cupids. I love working with goddess Guinevere. And of course Aphrodite, Apollo, Adonis. Okay, so there's a bit of sun coming in. I'm just going to close the curtain. So now you can take your time to pick your bundle. See which one you are drawn most to, and then we'll start the reading. Below the video I'll always leave time tag so you can find your bundle if you don't choose the first one. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, so we'll start the reading. I hope that was enough time for you to choose. If you want to leave me comments below my video on how I can improve, you're most welcome to do so. Uplifting criticism is always welcome. Anything negative, just you move on to the next subscriber or the next channel, the next reader, and the next channel, because this is a general reading, might not resonate with everyone. And during a reading, don't try and make something fit. If it doesn't fit, it's not for you. Love and romance readings is also for people who are open to meeting a life partner. I believe in long committed partnership, so that is what I read for. And if you are in an established relationship, if you are married, engaged, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, then this video is not for you. Okay, so this is for singles looking for long committed partnership, and we'll tune in to see what the love and romance energy is for you. So the first card, the backdrop of your love life. We have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you want to invest yourself long-term in a committed partnership. You watching this reading, you're not interested in anything that is superficial. But it's also that you are loyal. You're looking for loyalty, stability, security. You most probably have your own stuff, your own possessions. You've got your own life. You're mature because it's a king. and you kind of like looking for someone who matches your energy, whether you feminine or masculine are watching this at this point in time. I'm just going to address your future partner coming in as a person. I'll just say person. So you expect your person to have their own positions, their own career, be fully independent, but most of all, to be mature. This card is ruled by Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So most probably you'll be drawn to earth signs with these type of qualities. But I do see in the way of a connection, this is bringing something that's really stable and long lasting. And if you're feminine watching this, with having a court card as the first card coming up, if you are ready for love, I believe that this is the person's energy, your person's energy is already around you. So we have the Four of Earth. Once again, this is saying you're looking for stability. You are very conservative concerning where you invest your energy. And you're not going to waste your time with something that comes across as fleeting or superficial. But there is also a sense of holding on. And to me, kind of what I feel here is holding on to values, holding on to your security. So I don't feel like there's a lot of room for compromise when it comes to what it is that you're looking for in your person. And I believe that the universe will deliver to your door exactly what you're looking for, because we have the King of Pentacles there. But I feel like this could be fairly conservative concerning your values, and that you're very specific about what type of person you will allow into your life to share your life with. Once again, we have the Four of Air. So I believe, like with this Four of Air, you would have had some disappointments in relationships. And with having two fours, as once again looking for a connection that is stable. It almost feels like what you're holding on to could potentially be past hurts, and maybe in some cases overthinking before you go into a relationship, because you don't want to repeat the same pattern again. So holding on to past hurts, maybe you're still even in a recovering mode from the previous relationship. It could have been as far as 4 years, that you've been single for about 4 years already, but you're still sort of very hesitant when it comes to going into relationships, and therefore you take your time. Earth signs are very slow in committing to relationships because they want to make sure that they are, that they invest their energy in the right place and with the right person. But I also feel with this Four of Air, like you want to think things through as well as take your time when this very stable person makes their appearance. We have the messages of air, so a messenger. So maybe you already have an idea of who it is you want to be with. And maybe you've been kind of peeking on the media to see, I kind of like this person. And you're trying to find out more about them. And as the information comes to you, you sort of sleep on that information and you digest the information concerning this person that you're trying to sort of investigate. This is the peeping Tom card, so it's like I spy with my little eye. And so you might be actually doing efforts, to try and get to know this person even before you meet. So we have the Ace of Fire. There is a lot of potential with this connection. This is your brand new beginning of passion. I feel after you have gathered enough information that you will feel like you'll start to feel the passion return. you'll start to feel this person ticking all your boxes and totally having, that energetic push to move forward in this connection. This is a very creative card as well. It's a very passionate card. And I hear passion ignites. It's the very beginning of investing yourself once again in a connection. It's a very small energy, so you have to keep on feeding this energy to make it going, to get it going and to keep it going. We have the Five of Fire. So maybe one of the reasons why you feel hesitant to go into this connection is because maybe you feel you have to compete for this person's attention and maybe don't like that and feel that is why you have to think things through, because you want this person to value you for who you are. And competition isn't necessarily always the type of energy that we want to walk into, especially if we've been recovering from a previous relationship where we're still kind of digesting the lessons and the information that we got from a previous relationship we moved on from. So I feel there's a little bit of a competition, but with that fire, you might just be up for the battle. Or up for the challenge. We have the King of Earth. So we have two kings here. If you're a feminine, you are most probably looking at someone with Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo energy combined with that Taurus card that we have here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I feel like this person, this masculine person, will be very passionate, very stable, because especially if it's Leo can also be very stubborn, very fixed. So, and I feel like it's a very mature person. You're looking for someone who's really mature with an approach, and maybe you even feeling a little bit juvenile for being a bit of a peeping Tom and sneaking around in cyberspace to get more information of this person. But with two personality cards, I feel like this person is already kind of, the energy is already around you, especially with you having a look in cyberspace. But with all these small cards, it's a little bit up in the air. It could go either way, right? So it says it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So even though you are still digesting the past lessons, of past relationships, it is that your angels are letting you know it's okay for you, it is safe for you to open your heart again. And then we see, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So this is, small cards, small energy. So I do feel like the ball is very much in your court as to who you want to open yourself up to in a relationship or a new love connection. And you can take your time with it. I do feel it's about following your heart, what you feel makes you feel safe, because we have these two kings here, and it's about feeling safe with these two mature masculine energies. If you're a masculine person watching this, this is about a feminine person who's very strong in herself. She has her own stuff. There's no opportunities or energies of being codependent and that sort of thing. This is a very strong feminine person coming in who would be able to perfectly match your energy. And then the last card we have, it's an air element. So I feel like you need some cerebral stimulation in your connection. And it says, I embrace the element of air. I am open to all knowledge and wisdom. So I do feel with this masculine or this person coming in for you, you're looking for someone who's wise, stable, mature, with an intellectual approach and who has their own wisdom and intellectual contribution that they can make to your connection. So it looks very positive. It's small energy. The ball is very much in your court where you want to go with your love life. It's filled with potential on how you want to direct the energies. But there's very much someone on the cards for you. I do not believe that you would have to wait too long. Thank you for watching. Light and love. Okay, so now our second bundle was this one, I think. Sorry, I forgot what bundle it was, but it's our little rose quartz. Let's start your reading. So, if you chose this bundle, once again, we have an earth sign here, and it's a 10 of Pentacles. So, you feel family values and having a legacy is very important. So you are looking for someone who has their own values, who is very much a family orientated person, looking long term. Once again, you're not in this love or looking for love that is very superficial. This is about really, if you're going to make the effort, you want everything. You want the house, the dog, the cat, the nana, the children, the house, white picket fence. You want the cousins, everyone. You want the whole caboodle when it comes to not only love, but you want the family that comes with it, and you're looking long term. You're also looking for someone who is how do I say it, who's very much family orientated and who looks to beyond the now to invest in the future. You're looking for someone who's willing to leave a legacy to your children, someone who sees the bigger picture of life and who can carry the responsibility of family and children. So you have suffered some losses concerning love. We have the 5 of Cups here. So this is, a lot of people say that this is the card of crying over spilt milk. But to me, this is someone who's had to dig deep and learn a lot about emotional loss. Learning that, sometimes when you invest your energy in an emotionally doesn't always mean that it will take you to the best places. So I feel like you are someone who's very realistic about your emotional well-being. There's a focus on emotional well-being here. And because your previous relationships didn't work out and there was a lot of emotional loss that you had to endure concerning emotion, emotional connection in romance, you are looking for a connection that is balanced between two people emotionally. Okay, maybe you overinvested yourself emotionally, gave way more than the other person in your relationships, and then when it doesn't work out, it leaves you in quite a depressed state. So we have strength here. This card is ruled by Leo. This is ruled by the sun. And Leo is the time of the year 21 July till the 21st of August. So I feel like this is going to be a very important time for you to potentially meet someone because it's ruled by the sun. The sun illuminates, and we are looking at, I see this fruit over here that's kind of leaping out with the sun. A sun ray shining through. So I do feel like there is something in the way to be offered to you, but this is also a card asking you to self-soothe, to know that you are recovered, or you are well on your way recovering from other painful losses concerning relationships. And it's about self-confidence, having the confidence to move into a new relationship again. You once again are looking for loyalty. You're looking for someone who is well respected, someone who has a really good reputation, not only, in like your social sphere and family, but someone who will make a good impression, someone who's ethical, someone who's a leader, someone who is strong in their own convictions and their own belief systems, and someone with an optimistic outlook. So I can see how you want to move forward on an emotional level. You go from all this water to the sun. And so I feel like you've already made that shift to be able to really be balanced and confident in a new connection. We have the Six of Air. So I see a little bit of travel around here. You might actually meet someone while you are traveling, but you're also going into much better places mentally when it comes to you and how you are in relationships. Moving beyond the ego, knowing that maybe in the past the relationships was based on energies where people couldn't see beyond their own needs. But now you have grown and you realize that this card is also about compassion. So you've learned to be compassionate with yourself, and therefore you are creating a beautiful energy in your relationships where things are much calmer, it is much more in balance, much more healing energy and restful and peaceful, allowing your person their own journey as well. So you're very much willing to share your journey, your life journey with a partner, but you also there learned how to allow them to have their own journey while you are together. That's beautiful. I like how my guides brought that through. So we have the Hanged Man. In some ways, I feel like you really want to take things slow when it comes to romance. Most probably not quite ready to leap into the unknown ocean of love, the deep emotion of love, the ocean of emotion of love, because this card is ruled by Neptune. So a very strong Piscean influence here, and I feel like even though you're looking for someone who's really grounded and confident, it's also about having that intuitive connection where you can just tune into each other and know where you are at on an emotional level. So you desire a sensitive connection where your person will be able to determine the undercurrents of your emotional state, and knowing that they don't necessarily have to do or say anything when you're not having a good day, but just from them being around you and being there for you, just hanging out with you, would be a really good support system. And maybe you are the type of person who feels like your emotions can be very up and down, and it can potentially fluctuate a lot. So you're looking for someone who's quite versatile in their understanding of your emotions, that they know they don't necessarily have to do anything, that they just need to be there for you. So you're looking for a deeper understanding. Six of Fire. So I kind of see that this is a lot of passion there as well, especially with it falling right below the Leo and the Strength card. I feel like you will definitely find what you're looking for, a passionate relationship. So there'll be fire, but there'll be water and understanding as well. It will be moving forward quite fast. We have 10 here, so I feel like in about 10 weeks time, which if you think of where we are now, it's round about Leo season. So I feel like the beginning of that passionate connection that you're looking for will most probably start to take off round about Leo season. And that is from 21 July to 21 August. We have the Eight of Water. So for some of us, and I like how we have two ships here. There are two ships. And so the Eight of Water is about moving on from situations and people that leave you drained. And so you only want to invest yourself into that relationship that is emotionally fulfilling. And this kind of speaks to this card again, because with this Five of Cups here, these 3 cups normally fallen over and 2 cups still standing, which to me resembles the Two of Cups. And in this card here with the eight of Water, they'll be walking away from the 8, looking for the other 2, which would bring us to the 10 of Cups, which is that deep emotional fulfillment. Almost same as the 10 of Pentacles, but just in water. That deep emotional fulfillment. And I feel that you are well on your way to find this. And I get it round about Leo season. Between Leo season and Pisces next year, there will be something manifesting for you in the way of your person appearing in your life. It says new life. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So that is very positive. I like that. That person's just about around you. And it says you deserve love. You are lovable. So the universe, I feel, is conspiring to deliver this to your door. It says integration. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all humanity into a new dimension. So I feel like if this was your bundle, there's definitely someone on the cards for you. Love is there for you. It's just a matter of time. And with you doing what I see, like recalibrating your energy, moving from the past relationships that didn't work out into the newness of where you are going, and realigning yourself with this beautiful love connection coming in for you. It looks very, very, very positive. Thank you for watching. I was happy to let you know there's someone coming for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love. Okay, our last bundle is with this little stone. Yeah, I think it's Jasper. Are you ready? First card. The Empress. You are looking for a connection that is very sensual, that is very caring, nourishing, where you feel taken care of, but also you want to kind of dote on your partner and have that togetherness and feeling safe and totally nourished by each other. It's in a card of abundance, so there is maybe also looking at some money or property, or not just only emotional abundance, but also abundance in the way of possessions. So you are looking for a connection that will enrich your life, emotionally as well as physically in the material world. And it's about exploring the physical senses. This card is ruled by Venus. It's Taurus, Cancer. But I feel like with the Empress, if you are a masculine watching this video, that you are looking for a mature, lady, and the Empress to me is all the queens in the tarot deck. It's a mature woman who's learned her life lessons. She's willing to wait for what she wants, and she doesn't waste her time with people who do not, how do I say it, resonate with her. She doesn't waste her time with people who don't value her. So there's a lot of focus on how you value each other. So it's about someone that can value you, and you also want to be able to value and respect your person. We have the Ace of Air. So maybe you're already in communication with your person, because this is your new beginning around communication. It is ruled by Gemini, Aquarius, and what's our other air sign? It just flew out my head. Libra. Okay, so Libra is also about relationships. But I feel like there's honesty, there's good communication skills about expressing what you want. It's the ability to see both sides of a situation and having really good judgment skills, wanting truth and honesty. And I see kind of like wanting the facts as well, because this is mental, wanting the facts. And this card is round about winter time, so 21st July, around about winter solstice. If you don't have communication yet, round about that time there will be communication. We have the King of Air. So there is this masculine person for the feminine, and for the masculine we have the feminine in the way of the Empress here. So this is a mature masculine coming in for you, which I absolutely, you want a king in a reading. You want a mature masculine person, and he's very much intellectual. He's a wordsmith, very knowledgeable. He's an expert in his field, whatever that may be. Anything from a mechanic to a lawyer to a doctor, but it's about having knowledge in his field and being well respected for it. He's well spoken. On the downside, the King of Pentacles the King of Air can use words, sometimes sarcastically. His words are his weapons. So you want to approach him with a whole lot of respect, okay? But I do feel like with these two cards, he also has the ability to communicate with passion as well. So he will be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy. Seven of Earth. So maybe I feel like if you're a masculine or feminine, if your person comes in and you start to have conversations on one scale, they will be like ticking all your boxes, but then there might be another aspect of the personality which you feel like you want to wait and see what happens. But this could also be a person from your past making a reappearance, because Seven of Earth with a reevaluation kind of tells me that you've had some time together, you have spent some time together, and now you are reevaluating how practical this connection is, and you're having a look at this your person to say, well, do I want to continue investing my energy just because it's a necessary process to say, well, how do I want to continue in this connection? We have the Queen of Air. We have a pair. So that's good. You'll be speaking the same language. Doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine watching this. You'll be speaking the same language. Bringing in your own wisdom. Sharing the same energy. Really good understanding of each other. And I feel like this is a lovely, lively connection in the way of mental stimulation, but thank goodness you have the the Empress there to sort of ground you a bit, because there's a lot of air, and we do have the Seven of Pentacles that will ground you a bit as well. So in some cases, it can start off very superficial, very light-hearted, and just bantering and witty conversation with a little bit of groundedness. We have the Eight of Fire, so I do feel like this connection will pick up very fast for you. I feel like the communication and the passion will be really lively. It's kind of like living in the moment. Maybe there's a little bit of travel, wanting to do some short distance travel with each other to get away and spend time with each other. I do feel like the communication, we have the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Fire there. That's a lot of talking, a lot of communication. So what my guides are saying is allow each other to like speak your minds. I do feel like you will be able to do it, but there's a lot of talking and socializing and brainstorming and ideas. You totally, just get on very well in the way of conversation. We have the Messenger of Earth. So there is a lot of potential. I feel like after that period of reevaluation, that there will be an offer coming to you. To say, well, let's see how we go. I would really like to invest my energy further with you. It is a small energy. It'll depend very much on both of you, what your goals are, because we have two air signs here, which is Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But it is about working things out and to see if you really want to invest yourself in this connection long term. But I do feel like you will enjoy each other very much in the way of the Empress. And astrologically speaking, your suns will trine each other, so it will be a nice, easy aspect. So with that small energy, it says unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I feel like this could be one of your fears when it comes to this connection. We have two people speaking to each other. They have a lot in common, but it's maybe there's a lot of boundaries there, but I do feel like there's a reconciliation. Okay, so this makes sense, because I did say that you might have had some history with each other, and maybe in the past it felt like there wasn't enough attraction because maybe the two of you had to mature a bit more, because we have a king and a queen here. Maybe you were young. You didn't have the emotional maturity to have a long-term committed relationship with each other. But I do feel like this unrequited love is in the past, and that you have decided to rekindle your connection because you're much better suited to each other now after the growth that you have been through. Because with this Empress, we have a maturity here that is really beautiful. Our last card, I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. But what this is speaking to me is this Empress. When I said the Empress is about the senses, it's Taurus ruled and Cancer. So this is about creating the home. This is being fully aware of the body and the senses. And so even though there's a lot of air within this reading, and we have some pentacles, we have the Eight of Wands, which is that passion. It's hot and fast. So this card is basically saying that besides the fact that you will have a really beautiful mental connection with each other speaking the same language, you will also have the physical desire and chemistry for this time around, to make it something that you can, in a relationship that can be truly long-term, but it will depend on what it is that you want from this connection. So I'm very happy to tell you that there is someone coming for you in the way of love. Thank you for watching. I love reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.